We've all been there, right? Caught in that moment of where a dream dies. It's especially painful when you put a lot of effort into what you were doing. Maybe made more so by how long you've been at or held on to this particular dream. The temptation with this kind of disaster hits when this kind of disaster hits is to quit entirely. After all, why keep trying to put yourself out there? It might happen again, or maybe worse will come. Maybe we start to live in that horrible space of what if. Well, guys, on this episode of the Fallible Man podcast, I want to share with you 5 ways to pull yourself up after a dream has crashed and burned, because I've been there and I think this might help you. So let's get into it.
Here's the $1,000,000 question. How do men like us reach our full potential and grow into the men we dream of being while taking care of our responsibilities, working, being good husbands, fathers, and still take care of ourselves? That's the question, and this podcast will help you with those answers. My name is Brent, and welcome to the Fallible Man podcast.
Welcome to the Fallible Man podcast, your home for all things man, husband, and father. Big shout out to the Fallible Nation. You guys keep us making shows like this, and a warm welcome to our first-time listeners. My name is Brent, and I am the Fallible Man. You see, the problem with living in the future, right, with the maybe, if, might, it could have, right, is that none of us are great at predicting just what's coming next. Of course, if we were, we would have never failed in the first place, so obviously we should already know this. Your better option, the one thing you should be focusing on, I can say the word focusing, is to find your resolve now when it matters most. How? Well, let's try these simple tips. I know this is going to sound weird for me, but start with optimism. Having the right attitude will help you find your enthusiasm that can restart the process. You're especially going to need this if you're feeling discouraged by how things turned out previously. And like I said, it even sounds weird coming out of my own mouth because I am a pessimist by nature, guys. But I promise you, start with optimism and it will change your perspective and your outlook and help you through this difficult time. I know it's hard to be glass half full when you've just had things you've been working on for a long time crash and burn. But I promise you, if you lean into some optimism, it will be a whole lot easier to refocus, readjust, and start going again. The second one I want you to consider is to find the takeaway from what just happened. You know, I'm a big advocate for examining anything and taking away as much information as you can. So what can you learn from this situation? By accepting the failure and taking the experience away from it, what can you gain knowledge-wise? I mean, you can gain a much needed perspective. You can recognize how things went askew, right? It's easier to let go of what happened so you can grab onto what comes next when you can look back at the takeaways and the lessons you can pull out of it and start to actually pinpoint the chinks in the armor, the flaws, so that you don't make those flaws again, right? So you don't make those mistakes. So give it a whirl. Find the takeaway. What can you learn from what just happened?
One thing I usually don't share is how impactful the podcast has been for me personally. There's a lot I love and appreciate because I have the podcast. I become somebody who can approach people easier. I have a better network of people to call upon when I need them. I get to meet new people all the time from all walks of life and all over the globe and connect with them at a deeper level. And I have a voice to do what I love. I'm always put into situations where I'm having to stretch and learn something new. I've really grown as a person and a professional since I started doing my podcast, and that was even before my show really started growing. I hired a company called Grow Your Show, who's our sponsor, by the way, and I wanted to share them with you. The owner, Adam, has one of the very best podcasts for teaching you how to be a podcaster. I honestly wish I had found it sooner. One thing that they've done to help me is to bring me to a much larger listener base so that my voice is being heard around the world. There's a good chance, in fact, that they helped us connect. But they also do editing and post-production. They can even help you launch and start your podcast, which could really help you in your business or whatever you're trying to achieve. So I just wanted to give them a quick shout out. I love to share great people and companies that I believe in that I use personally. So that's Grow Your Show at growyourshow.com. I have a link in the show notes. And if you have a podcast or you want to start a podcast or you're thinking about it, just scroll down there, click that link, and go work with my friend Adam. He's going to treat you right.
Next, try reassessing the original goal. Is the dream really dead? Is it really? It might be, not be. It might be, might not be. You might find out you only needed to adjust the vision somewhat to make it more workable. If you start something entirely new, is there anything you can take from the original goal that might serve this new purpose you have? You know, sometimes we have a habit of passing judgment too quickly. I joke because my kids like to laugh about, you know, that they make the joke from the movie. It's like, but I'll be like, you got to do this. And they're like, but do I really? I mean, right? Is it really dead? Was it a swing and a miss and you're just winding up for the next swing? Or is it actually gone? Really analyze it. You might just need a tweak or two to get you right back on path. Don't give up so easily. Leading into become more persistent. Nothing happens without hard work. We're huge advocates of just putting your nose down and putting in the reps here. So here's where resolve comes into play. You're going to have to throw yourself into the new project or the new version of the old project and just keep at it. Remind yourself, why does this matter? Why am I even doing this? Dig deep into that why. Again, if you're feeling particularly discouraged by your previous attempts, you might have to force yourself until you can start to feel a little enthusiasm again. And that's where that why is really going to just help strengthen you. I've always been a big advocate of your why has to be really, really strong. And this is the why. The why has to be really strong. Okay, that's funny. I didn't even try to do that. This is why your why has to be really strong. So guys, just be more persistent with it. Dig deep into that why. Don't give up. You can roll through this one. And the last thing is jump in. Right? I'm an all or nothing kind of person. Like I'm really notoriously bad about jumping in head first, way over my head, long before I'm ready. It might be a fault, it might be a blessing. It's been both sometimes. Give yourself a day or two to mourn the previous disaster if that's what you really need. It's not going to help, but you know, just saying. If that's what you really need, then get started on the next try. Round 2, baby. Jump right back into it, right? They talk about getting back on the horse or back on the bike or whatever you like to ride. Now, with all this in mind, remember one more thing. Your disaster might not be the tragedy you initially thought it was. And even if you did have to readjust your goal, you're better for the experience. So as the song says, pull yourself up, dust yourself off, and start all over again. Why? Because your dreams really do matter. Guys, give these a chance. Now, I know, as the pessimist, this sounds funny, but this is the tale of my life. Crash and burn, try it again. Guys, I've failed more times than I've ever succeeded at anything. And I think you're going to find that with most people who are honest, right? We knock ourselves out over and over and over again until we get it right. That goes a long way. You have that resolve. If you really are passionate about doing it, it's why your why has to be strong. And these 5 or 6 steps will help you just jump into that next iteration, get back on that horse and get going again and chase your dreams. Guys, it's Friday, so I want to share a user review. I'm so just blown away when you guys do these things with us and share your thoughts. Jode Ryder wrote 5-star review, great concept, fascinating topics. I can't read today. Sorry, it's in little print on my screen. The Fallible Man addresses everything from strong marriages to drug abuse and addiction. I'm a man who has a strong marriage, 3 brave sons, and a constant struggle with an addictive pattern. While I don't connect with all the methods the guests speak about, I am deeply grateful for the work of men who help other men. Collaboration is always the foundation of victory. Thank you so much, Jode Ryder. I am so grateful when you guys share your thoughts and feelings with us. It helps us to get in front of more people and to touch more lives. So thank you for that. And guys, if you are needing some help to conquer your goals, to build plans, to seek your life that you want, then reach out at www.thefallibleman.com/coaching. Schedule a discovery call with me. Let's talk about how to help you make that next step, guys. Just that one next step. I don't do long coaching sessions. I do 6 or 8 week sessions. I help you overcome whatever that hurdle is that is in your way right now. And then you're out on your own again, unless you really want to go crazy. But guys, I want to see you succeed. I believe in you. The world needs you. Thanks for listening, guys. I love it that you spend time with us. Be better tomorrow because of what you do today. And we'll see you on the next one.
This has been the Fallible Man Podcast, your home for everything man, husband, and father. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss a show. Head over to www.thefallibleman.com for more content and get your own Fallible Man gear.